Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Spoilers tease that Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, cancer diagnosis affected many lives, not just his. The cancer scare traumatized Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Missinswood, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, as they worry their daughters would lose their father. Even more, Steffy and Hope care deeply about Liam, and they don't know what life would look like without him. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, believed that her money-grabbing scheme would be a quick way to get the cash she needed to clear her ex-husband, Reese Buckingham's, Wayne Brady, gambling debts. But she got more than she bargained for when Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, comes after her for lying about his son's health. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Grace told Johan Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, what we all suspected. Liam never had brain cancer. She just needed $1 million to keep her children safe. It was a big lie and caused distress to many people. Liam believed he was a dead man walking, prompting him to protect Steffy from Luma Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, attack. Grace still doesn't understand the weight of the situation. In her mind, it was a harmless lie. Liam is okay and not going to die, so no harm done. Finn disagreed with her assessment of the situation, demanding that Grace tell Bill about the scam. He doesn't know how Bill will react, but he assumes it won't be a pleasant conversation. While Grace hasn't told anyone about the scam but Finn yet, Finn will likely update Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones. Bridget was suspicious of Grace's motives and experimental surgery, so finding out it was all a scam might not surprise her. Bill will be totally shocked. He believed the surgery saved his son's life. He never suspected anything shady about it. In fact, he told Finn that the surgery was the best million he's ever spent. And I would have paid $100 million to save my boy's life. When Hope and Steffy learn about the scheme, they will have a few choice words for Grace too. Grace could face charges over the theft, but probably unlikely. She will probably go on the run, leave Los Angeles, and never come back. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers state that Grace will have several heated confrontations in the next few days. Keep watching the CBS soap to find out how it all plays out. In Los Angeles, scandals are like designer gowns at Forrester Creations. They come in waves, tailored to perfection, and always leave someone feeling exposed. But this latest twist could unravel more than just a few relationships. It threatens to destroy reputations, tear apart families, and rewrite loyalties in ways no one saw coming. By the time the truth explodes, Liam Spencer's carefully constructed victimhood will be in tatters, and Grace Buckingham will find herself transformed from respected physician into the most despised woman in town. Act 1. The diagnosis that changes everything. It all starts with an unexpected medical scare, or so Liam claims. After weeks of behaving erratically, snapping at friends, and sinking into bouts of guilt over his failed marriage to Hope, Liam confides in Finn that he's been feeling dizzy, fatigued, and occasionally disoriented. Finn, naturally concerned, runs a series of tests. The results come back clean, but Liam insists something is wrong. That's when Grace Buckingham, who's still in town after her recent drama with Lai and Sheila, enters the picture. Grace claims she's doing a specialist consult and suggests Liam undergo a rare neurological screening. A few days later, she returns with the results and delivers a bombshell. Liam has an aggressive, incurable brain disorder that could progress rapidly. She paints a grim picture: memory loss, confusion, and eventually, total incapacity. Liam reacts with visible devastation, but inside, there's a flicker of calculation. This diagnosis gives him a golden ticket: sympathy from everyone, immunity from criticism, and a way to insert himself back into Hope's and Steffy's lives without looking manipulative. Act 2. Sympathy, power, and emotional leverage. The news spreads fast. Hope is stunned, breaking down in tears as she apologizes for every harsh word she's said since their split. Steffi, ever the fixer, offers to help in any way, even suggesting Liam spend more time with Kelly so she can build more memories with him while he's still himself. Ridge is skeptical. The whole thing feels too perfectly timed. But Brooke chastises him for being cold-hearted. If Liam's sick, he needs love, not suspicion, she says. At Forrester, Liam becomes something of a martyr. People give him lighter workloads, everyone checks on him, and he finds himself enjoying the attention. Yet Finn remains uneasy. Something about Grace's confidence in the diagnosis doesn't sit right, especially since the lab she claimed to use isn't one he's familiar with. Act 3. Grace's dangerous game. Grace's involvement isn't entirely innocent either. Behind closed doors, she tells Liam that his condition could be used to mend broken bridges. If Hope takes him back out of pity, or if Steffi softens toward him, it's not manipulation, it's human nature responding to compassion. What she doesn't tell him is why she's really doing it. Grace is in debt, serious debt. A shady investor she met during her time away from Leigh offered her a way out if she could discreetly influence certain people in the Forrester orbit. Liam, with his connections to two powerful families, is the perfect pawn. Her plan? Keep Liam believing the diagnosis while she subtly nudges him toward decisions that would benefit her investors' interests, including potentially pushing him toward a reconciliation that would destabilize existing power dynamics at Forrester. Act 4. Finn follows the breadcrumbs. Finn, suspicious from the start, begins digging. He calls the lab Grace mentioned, only to learn no such test was ever ordered under Liam's name. When he confronts her privately, Grace plays coy, claiming it must be a clerical mix-up. But Finn's instincts only sharpen. He starts noticing inconsistencies in Liam's behavior, moments when he seems perfectly fine physically and mentally, and then, almost on cue, slips into a symptomatic act when Hope or Steffi is around. The deeper Finn digs, the more he realizes Grace's medical career has a trail of complaints in other states, quietly settled but never fully investigated. He also finds financial records that suggest she's been moving large sums of money in and out of offshore accounts. Act 5. The cracks in the illusion. Meanwhile, Liam is milking the situation for all it's worth. Hope, guilt-ridden, starts letting him spend more nights at the cabin in case of an emergency. Steffi allows extra visits with Kelly, watching her daughter and Liam play while swallowing the ache of her own complicated feelings. But cracks start forming. Bill, fiercely protective of his sons, but with a keen nose for deception, corners Liam after overhearing him on the phone sounding suspiciously chipper and carefree. Bill warns, if you're playing with people's hearts over a fake illness, you won't just lose respect, you'll lose everything. Liam laughs it off, insisting his dad is paranoid. But privately, Bill's words rattle him. What if the truth gets out? Act 6. Finn's bombshell confrontation. Finn finally reaches his breaking point when he catches Grace leaving a private meeting with a man tied to known corporate manipulation schemes. Armed with proof of the non-existent test results, Finn confronts Liam in front of Hope and Steffi. "You're not sick, Liam," Finn declares, voice tight with controlled fury. "And Grace Buckingham, she's lying to you. Or maybe you're both lying to everyone else." Hope stares in disbelief. Steffi's mouth drops open. Liam tries to feign confusion, but Finn slams a folder onto the table, filled with evidence. Grace's signature is on falsified documents. The supposed lab report is a fabrication. Act 7. The town turns on Grace. If there's one thing the Forresters, Logans, and Spencers can agree on, it's that betraying the family's trust is unforgivable. Within hours, Grace goes from respected doctor to public pariah. The hospital suspends her. Pam bans her from Forrester's offices. Ridge calls her a disgrace to the profession, and even Zend, who once saw her as a wise voice in the family, won't return her calls. Worse, her investor contact disappears, leaving her without money and without allies. But Grace isn't one to crumble quietly. She claims she's the real victim, insisting she only gave Liam the diagnosis because she believed the faulty test results. If anyone's to blame, it's the lab, she says. But no one buys it. Act 8. Liam faces the fallout. Liam's exposure is equally brutal. Hope is livid, feeling used and manipulated for the sake of his own self-pity. You made me mourn you while you were standing right in front of me, she spits, refusing to let him see the kids until he gets professional help, real help. Steffi, meanwhile, is done. She tells him his relationship with Kelly will continue, but only under supervised conditions until she's sure his emotional instability won't harm their daughter. Bill is torn between wanting to protect his son and wanting to wring his neck for the stupidity of the scheme. Act 9. Grace's last card. In a desperate bid to save herself, Grace threatens to expose secrets she's learned during her time in town. Private medical files, overheard conversations, and even hints of scandals that could rock Forrester Creations. She offers Liam a deal. Publicly vouch that she's innocent and she won't release anything. But Liam, already burned by the mess, refuses. You made me your pawn, Grace. Now you can deal with the consequences yourself. With no one left in her corner, Grace disappears from Blay overnight. But not before sending an ominous text to Finn. You think you've won, but you've only opened the first door. Watch your back. Act 10. The Aftershocks. In the weeks that follow, the fallout reshapes alliances. Hope throws herself into work at Forrester, avoiding Liam entirely. Steffi becomes more protective of her family than ever, her trust in Liam shattered. Finn earns the Forresters' respect for exposing the scheme, but privately he's haunted by Grace's warning. Bill keeps a wary eye on his son, unsure if Liam's remorse is genuine or just another act. And somewhere far from Lay, Grace watches the chaos from the shadows, quietly plotting her return. Because in this town, no scandal stays buried forever, and no villain stays gone for good. This twist not only flips Liam's nice guy image on its head but cements Grace as the new name whispered with venom in every Beverly Hills cafe. And the next time she surfaces, she might not be alone, or in the same role we remember. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.